Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are out there in the world watching from. Comment down below where you guys are from, and also comment hashtag XRP Army. I want to see where all of you are watching from. I love to see the diversity in location. But beyond that, as we look at a few things happening right now, the evolution is underway. And the evolution of money is what I'm talking about. The Digital Pound Foundation, which is one of the largest think tank organizations out there, that is revolutionizing the United Kingdom's currency, aka the pound, into the digital form. Well, they just released an overall PDF file. And the PDF file, aka the white paper, is all based upon the digital evolution of money. And this is actually from Ripple, who is a member of the DPF. And we do see a must read for policymakers, financial experts, and anyone interested in the future of finance. Digital Pound Foundation member Ripple has published a new white paper entitled The Digital Evolution of Money. Now listen, I have said it time and time again. You need to be studying and you need to be researching these white papers because it gives you an incredible glimpse into the future. Because again, I understand how long a year is, right? I get it. But a year in crypto in the real world is essentially 7 years. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that the technology and the way we move in crypto is so damn fast. Technological advancements with blockchain and AI is moving faster than what anyone thought possible around technology. And again, in the next 2 years, what we will witness is major strides taken. Those strides will be around regulations, standardization, and even implementation. And I've said this 100 times. I sound like a broken record at this point, but it is true. The steps are already being taken right now by some of the largest players out there. The IMF, the World Bank, the BIS. I mean, I could go on for days about them. But this PDF file, this white paper, is very significant. We are met with the statement here: the financial world stands on the brink of a historic transformation. As central bank digital currencies are rapidly evolving. Ripple, a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, has this week published a brand new white paper titled The Digital Evolution of Money, and is a must read for policymakers, financial experts, and anyone interested in the future of finance. It provides a comprehensive analysis of the challenges and opportunities presented by CBDCs, serving as a roadmap for navigating the exciting journey ahead in the world of digital currencies. Key insights here: a new chapter in monetary history. Global collaboration is crucial. The power of interoperability, challenges and opportunities, collaboration between government and private sector. And if we actually look at a few of these things, CBDCs represent a significant shift in the history of money. The success of these digital assets hinges on the technology underpinning them and the monetary policies governing their use. And what have I said about these CBDCs? 93% of the world is looking into these, and the technology that is the overall foundation layer for these CBDCs is so crucial. Central banks cannot launch a CBDC without having the efficient foundation there. And that foundation is DLT and blockchain. And it's going to be trusted and secure and reliable DLT that can provide them these efficiencies. And why is this significant to mention? It's because the XRP ledger technology in private or even public form, because we do know that Ripple is pioneering the private variation of the XRP ledger, is so damn disruptive, and it's trusted, it's secure, it's been around for well over a decade now. Zero outages, zero exploits. It is one of the most trusted DLTs in this space, and that is something crucial to mention. Now, for those out there that are wondering, well, is the private ledger technology utilizing XRP still? Yes. We're going to go over that. But here we have global collaboration is crucial. The white paper highlights the varying pace of CBDC development among central banks. However, it stresses the interdependence of governments, advocating for universal standards and protocols to ensure interoperability and global success. The power of interoperability. Again, do I need to mention Quant at this point? Because Quant, aka QNT, big player, especially with interoperability. The need for common frameworks is underscored to prevent isolated efforts from stalling. This collaboration is key to unlocking the full potential of CBDCs in the global financial landscape. Challenges and opportunities while acknowledging the obstacles in the path of CBDCs. The white paper underscores their immense potential. An estimated $5 trillion in CBDCs could circulate in major economies within the next decade, signifying a monumental shift in the financial world. $5 trillion in the next decade. And that's just around CBDCs. Imagine how much more money will be around this space and around this technology in the next 10 years. We're talking tokenization. We're talking about DeFi, all of the varying use cases around social fi, gaming, things like that. I mean, this space is going to erupt with value and adoption. And I say that confidently because, again, of the technology behind it. Technology just doesn't fade away. Look at the internet. From, the inception of the internet to now, it has grown to a massive size and also even value. This is something much larger than the internet. This is a fundamental change to currency itself. This is so damn significant. But also, collaboration between governments and private sector. The role of both governmental bodies and private entities is critical in exploring and implementing CBDC solutions. Their joint efforts will dictate the timeline for this revolutionary change in the monetary system. They are literally telling you that we are going to see a very large change in the monetary system. And I do trust Ripple to actually tell us this and it being true, because guess what? At the end of the day, as we see Ripple as a company, a private sector company, by the way, which is very transparent, they have already met with some of the largest leaders around our monetary system and these major governmental bodies like the IMF, the ECB, the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, the BIS, I mean, you name it. They have met with them on various events and even in private meetings. This should tell you enough of what you need to know about how large of a player Ripple actually is. Now, beyond this, let's tap into the CBDC PDF. So, CBDCs, the digital evolution of money, exploring the transformational opportunities and challenges of new sovereign monies. Now, we could see all of the contents within this. There's about 23 pages. I'm not going to be able to read every single one, but we will go over the significant ones. First and foremost, we are met with 98% of the global GDP represented by countries pursuing the CBDC projects already, which is again 93% of the world already being tapped in. Central bank digital currencies and stablecoins have the potential to help digitize entire economies and represent a powerful force for unlocking the IOV, Internet of Value. 130 countries, representing 98% of the global GDP, are already pursuing CBDC projects. Some, including the United States and South Africa, have entered exploratory phases. Many projects throughout the European Union are in development, while China has reached a pilot phase and is nearing a full-scale launch in mainland areas. And again, 19 of the G20 countries are now in advanced project stages. And it's crazy to think about what has happened in just the last 3 years around CBDCs. And the reason why I mention that is because, again, 2020 was a very large accelerant year for CBDC initiatives. And guess what? We've seen that become true. But also, we do see asset transfer. Asset transfer is going to be a big thing. Asset exchange is going to be a thing that is very big as well. For an example, they actually mentioned that over here. With tokenization, anyone can view the process of asset transfer through ownership. But here's the thing. Efficient settlement of asset exchange is not as impactful if the cash component of the transaction isn't as equally efficient and able to be coupled into a single atomic update, aka atomic settlement. And this is where settlement becomes a big focus, and liquidity as well. And I think that you know what they are hinting at and what I'm also hinting at. But also, in recent surveys, Ripple did survey global finance leaders. 85% of respondents think that their country will launch a digital currency within the next 4 years. That is very significant. And we can actually see a few of these statistics here as well regarding efficiencies with payment systems, competitiveness, and things like that. But also down here, Again, we see tokenization being talked about heavily. We see even DLT being focused on. Settlement, again, liquidity being focused on as well. And we actually have a quote here from Kristalina Georgieva, the IMF managing director. Introducing a CBDC is about finding the delicate balance between development on the design front and on the policy front. Getting the design right calls for time and resources and continuous learning from experience, including shared experiences across countries. In many cases, this will require close partnerships with private firms to successfully distribute CBDCs, build e-wallets, add features, and push the bounds of technology. But the policy aspects are also paramount, including developing new legal frameworks, new regulations, and new case law. And again, this is telling you that the SEC and the CFTC and all these players that are trying to push regulations and try to bully this space, guess what? None of what they are doing matters, because what we are going to see is new legal frameworks, new regulations, new case law, everything that is going to bring about a new agency possibly as well regarding regulations. Now, here you guys have them. Yet again, talking about tokenized assets, CBDCs, everything, and them mentioning the Holy Grail again. With the underlying blockchain technology, the Holy Grail of instant transfer and settlement via a distributed ledger is made possible across any tokenized asset. And again, that is what we are looking at. Instant settlement, instant transfer. That is made possible within this tokenized economy. And guess what is going to be the key there? XRP, CBDCs, and new risk frontiers as well. They do mention a few things regarding this. But then down here, we do see CBDC and explainer. This is where they really kind of just talk about CBDCs. CBDCs are tokenized bank monies and the sovereign equivalent of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, and even XRP. CBDCs leverage the security. Here's where they just really kind of break it down. Again, I don't think that you guys need me to break this down for you. I think that everyone knows what CBDCs really are at this point. But here we also see the mentioning the processing regarding the XRP ledger being tapped in, even DLT being mentioned up here in terms of issuance, all regarding the Ripple CBDC platform as well. And then here we have Spotlight, Ripple CBDC platform. Many central banks now rely on third-party platforms for minting, managing, and transacting CBDCs. Today, the Ripple team is working with the governments of Palau, Bhutan, Montenegro, Hong Kong, and others to manage the full CBDC lifecycle. And again, we could see the XRP ledger technology being highlighted, like I said, as a very disruptive force. Here are the benefits yet again outlined for you around the Ripple CBDC platform as well. And here's creating value with CBDCs. Like I said, this is a very substantial report. I think that everyone needs to go and look into this as well, because again, I can't go over all the information or else this video would be an hour long. But we do see a few of the payment types supported by CBDCs include interbank payments, cross-border payments, retail payments, supplier payments, benefits and relief payments, government issued subsidies, billing and collections, and utility payments as well. And again, here's where we start to get into the idea of digital IDs and things like that. And CBDCs may also catalyze digitization of entire payment value chains, maximizing broad adoption by users and retailers. Again, they're relaying the information that we already know, which is the revolution is already underway. I've been addressing this, especially around a lot of the elites and what they have been telling us. Yeah, this is already happening. Like, this is a time to really be focused up. Listen, cut out the Netflix, cut out all the distractions. Stop scrolling on TikTok endlessly through idiotic, posts. Make sure to grab your phone, grab your laptop, whatever the case may be, grab your devices and research. Start researching heavily, because again, you need to be at the forefront of this massive wealth transfer. And when I say that, yes, I also do believe in the idea of a massive wealth transfer happening around this technology, because what we are going to witness is a new, basically .com era. But it's not going to be what everyone is expecting. Like, this is one of the largest technological advancements in history. This is the fourth industrial revolution. This is where those that actually see the value, those that actually understand what's happening, and those that are positioning themselves behind strong utility plays, they are going to, again, I say this with a lot of confidence, they are going to be extremely wealthy. They are going to witness incredible growth, because again, this technology is so damn critical and crucial for a lot of these major initiatives being tapped in. And again, I don't need to tell you guys about cross-border payments, right? We know about cross-border payments. within this, we actually get a quote from the BIS actually talking about cross-border payments. Faster, cheaper, more transparent, and more inclusive cross-border payment services would deliver widespread benefits for citizens and economies worldwide, supporting economic growth, international trade, global development, and financial inclusion. And again, who's working with the BIS? Ripple on the CPMI. But also, within this, designing national CBDCs with access frameworks and interoperability options will help facilitate efficient payments across borders and currencies while reinforcing the role of central bank money as an anchor for the payment system and as a primordial settlement asset. And down here, we actually see that FXC Intelligence reports that the global B2B cross-border payments market is expected to increase by 43% to $56.1 trillion by 2030. Combined with wholesale and consumer cross-border payments, the overall market is expected to grow by 53% to $290.2 trillion in 2030. And this is cross-border payments market. Guys, this is such a massive opportunity, especially as we do know that cross-border payments has been essentially disrupted by Ripple. And here we also see the impact of cash. Again, we've already kind of talked about that agenda. They're definitely pushing that. Here's reinforcing monetary policy control as well. Again, this is where we start to see privacy being talked about. We start to see, discussions around the general public, things like that. Again, this is something to really kind of look into a little bit more heavily. We've been focused on privacy around CBDCs, but also here we have tokenization, 80x estimated growth factor for tokenized assets in private markets. Again, this is regarding even the regulatory compliant infrastructure with DLT. Like I said, DLT will play a vital role in this revolution happening, especially around tokenization. And we even see the XRP ledger being tapped in here. And this is all around real estate tokenization. Tokenization of anything of value technically. And even Citi predicted that we could see an 80x growth in private markets through tokenized assets with a $4 trillion valuation in the next 7 years. And even the BCG estimated that tokenization of global illiquid assets is to be $16 trillion by 2030. I mean, guys, the amount of money that is that is behind this space in terms of the innovations happening, it is something like nothing before. This is why I say many people will start to see massive wealth creation through tapping into utility assets and understanding what they actually are doing. Make sure that you are researching 24/7 if you can, because again, I don't want anyone to miss out on this, because I really do think that very soon people will realize what is in front of them. This is one of the largest revolutions and one of the most incredible transformations in history of technology and innovations out there ever. Like I said, the fourth industrial revolution should not be taken as a joke. This is one of the most serious revolutions out there, because it's going to change everything. It's going to change our currency as we know it. And again, I think those that are positioning themselves very well, that are doing the research, putting the time in, they are going to reap the rewards. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join me for Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.